The staging on this, I think you want to make the compact bigger in the frame. It just was, I don't know, this was a bunch of dead space there on the left.
Could definitely get a little.
Yeah, right there. Because the important story point is that she is cleaning her teeth. She's anticipating something.
And I do wonder if she's actually wiping her mouth. And here you do a line where she says, God, those cheese, whatever, are so messy. So you set up right away that she already ate the cheese things. And I did take a lactate pill.
Oh yeah, that's better. I didn't take a lactate pill. Because then you don't have to say, I'm lactose intolerant,
Yeah.
which is too much exposition. I left my lactate pills at home. Ugh.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that. Yeah. So she starts wiping her face. Ugh, those four cheese puffs or something, right?
Yeah.
You know. And I forgot to take a lactate pill. And then she notices the guy, right?
Oh, from the same shot. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect.
Hmm. And then you know what I might even do? I might slam this shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll also help motivate that cut. Because we're looking at her face right there, but anytime you block stuff on screen that's sort of like was the important information, it
Hmm.
signifies to the audience that there's a cut is coming, or they even want the cut because they're like, yeah, you know, I was looking at her face. Now it's gone. And then maybe even here we would have added that new line, right, where she's like, "And I forgot my lactate pill. What was that, hun? Huh?" Snap as he comes in. Nothing. Everything's fine. You know,
Yeah. She's hiding her anxiety.
like what's the next beat? To me, this next story beat is like, "Are you sure you don't need the restroom?" "No, I'm fine." "Good, because I have something very special for you." It's like you just go right to it. Maybe he says, "Are you sure? Are you sure you don't need the restroom?" Or I would do that on the wide. I would do that. "Are you sure you don't need the restroom?" And then
Hmm.
he goes, "Mm-hmm, I'm fine." Do that all in the wide. Then I would cut into the close up of him. And he says, "Good, because I have something very important." And then, you know, she kind of is like, gets excited. "You do?" Maybe she looks down, and you could do like one of your funny faces here. I like when you have like that angle to it, where it's like this. And then from here, you pull out to that pocket.
If
We.
you do the funny face, it would be less than the extreme that you do when she has to go poop.
Right, so it's almost like this. You pull out here, you know, and then she sees his hand in his pocket here in the foreground. You do? Looks down. Hey! You pull out. You see?
Okay, I wonder though if with that expression is that wouldn't it be more of a happier expression because she's anticipating something joyful? So here the expression she's ooh, he's got something surprising.
Maybe this is the opposite. It's like anime lovey-dovey, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, with all the hard eyes or stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You do.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I think that's better. Notices. Bling! Heart, 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 heart. Oh, I want to get him down on his knees sooner.
Yeah, when he's on his knees and he claps and then the guys come in.
You see the ring,
Hmm.
go to the hand, back to her face, and then here, I almost feel like I want it to be from over her shoulder, and he's here with his hand in his pocket at the
Right.
table, and then he gets off his chair and just gets down on one knee, and you could even move the camera down here, right? And then he
Yeah.
goes down here. What's funny about this is we're kind of putting him eye level with the stomach where the where the grumble's gonna be. Gets off, goes down. "Well, Emily, what I need you to know is," and this would almost be more, a slightly more of an upshot now. And then you do the lightning, which is funny because it's kind of an upshot, which kind of makes sense with
Yeah.
lightning.
That's true.
Okay, here's a thought. It's already called I Do Do, and the restaurant's got the poop name. Would he have a pet name for her like Poopsie? Instead of calling her Emily, okay, Poopsie, I have something for you.
And whenever he delivers that line, she could also be like, "Don't you call me that." You know, he's like, "Oh, sorry, I mean Emily." So then the lightning and the grumble. This is
That
such
drawing right there is so good.
so good. I almost feel like just to hit home that the audience knows what's happening, reiterate the line from the beginning. "Four cheese cream puffs." Or something like that. So here, when she looks at the bathroom, that we know she needs to dart to the bathroom, it's tricky because you already see the line and you want to save that for the joke. Sometimes those restaurants, the bathrooms, you have to go like down a hallway or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't see all of this here and it
Hmm.
just says lavatory and there's a sign that way. And then you just make this is like a hallway here. And that way you don't step on your joke. Yeah. And you could have like one person one person like walking down, down into this hallway or something.
Yeah, you just see a woman going there, hinting that it might be a problem.
And then what you might even do here is you might want to go from here whoosh, into that super close. And that way we know.
Making it even clearer.
You never want to give your audience any option to not understand or follow your story. Even if that means you're being very literal with the information, that's good. But there's nothing wrong with the shot, but if there's movement here and the woman's walking, your eyes might not go to the sign because the eye's going to be attracted to the motion. Or even if you had your original shot, which I drew over, unfortunately, with all those people, our eyes are going to be drawn to figures and faces way more. That woman's going, but then you whoosh, you zip pan right in. Dun, 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 lavatory that way, and you can even have that girl sign that way. When you come back from this shot, we're not on her face. It's a big disconnect for the audience. So here's the difference. No business with the people. Right into the lavatory, right back to her face. Oh, she knows where she has to go. Leading the audience through the shots with much more clear, concise, story-specific staging.
This is like making the flow much more literal and like clearer.
Yeah, it's all about flow, isn't it?
So your story is really fun, and the stuff that Josh is doing, when your story is good, which is the most important part, and then the cinematics back it up, it's hitting on all cylinders. And that's when people are like, oh, let's get her.
He gets down on his knee, you do the first lightning over to the grumbly stomach, and then do the thing, 4 cheese cream puffs. Yeah.
He could even do a thing when she sees where she needs to go, then he claps, and then people come in covering the lavatory sign, which is kind of like,
oh, that's so good.
Nope, you're not getting it.
No, you're not.
Direct conflict to her goal.
I think you would propose after you've eaten. I don't know. I've never proposed, Moroni. I think you would eat, right? And be like, all right, ready for dessert because I have something special for you. The sausage is so good, but it's not a dessert thing.
I mean, it's just so ridiculous. Why not just leave it? Like,
Well,
whatever.
here's what I think. Maybe you break these 2 things up into separate shots. So you can do a 1, 2, 3. So the musicians come in first, right? Block the bathroom. Back to her face, like, oh crap. But then he's there as well. Like, don't think I forgot the desserts. Boom. Poo-poo looking brownies. Back to her face. Over here. Oh, chocolate fondue.
Oh my God.
Taps on her shoulder. Huh? Chocolate sausages.
Yeah, you can just say chocolate sausages.
And then on this rack focus, which is really funny, I would have her like, those aren't even a real thing. Right. She's trying to hold it. She's like, those aren't even a real thing. Yeah, and I would keep some of these poses like with a little. I know you don't see all of her here, but even like the shoulders like up, keeping the tension there. It'd be funny. You could do it here, or she could turn her head, but you do it sort of in like the creepy like horror movie way. She's like looking over here this way, holding her stomach. The sausages are back here. Here's the table. So if you rack focus right off of the chocolate sausages. And then you cut over the shoulder and she turns around like horror style. Like, I didn't even know those are a real thing. And then the chef could pop in. They're very real.
This is the kind of stuff that when people are looking at, like if there's 40 portfolios that they're going to look at, this one they're going to remember. It's so over the top. Like if you soft did it, it would just be gross. But since you double down on it, it's like, it's crazy.
So this is a small thing. So he's clinging the glass because he's going to get everyone's attention because he's proposing and it's making everybody look. So right now you do it in a pullout here, a slow pullout. What I think would be better is if you start tighter on him and then don't do the pullout, because what you want is you want to cut out and you want to see everybody's heads go like turn to look. You want a shot where a bunch of people aren't looking that way. He's got his glass here and she's somewhere around here. I would even have people backwards here, right? So when he clings his glass, then you literally see everybody turn, right?
Right.
And feel more like all eyes on her now. See how that feels even? Like just like everybody turning and looking?
Yeah. It wouldn't be like a zoom out, but it would all happen in this shot size.
It depends if he's on his knee or not, but you could just start on the glass.
Right, he's like, hey, everybody, cling, cling, cling. And then you cut wide. I'd like to have your attention. And then they all turn.
So here's a good example of where there was maybe like one too many back and forth. He's gonna pull out the ring box, right? And pull it forward. This is a great shot, nice rack focus. It opens up. Then we go to him, with the lighting. But then we go back to this and then to her again.
I'll just lose those 3 shots then. I was thinking that too.
Well, I just think just put them on the original shot. Right? They start glowing, 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 Yeah, that's way better.
That flows way better. Yeah, no, I love that.
This is such a funny drawing. I just want her to leap out of the chair right there. This whole part with the sausages and the brownies and the fountain, that's where we're building the tension. We already know what's coming. Will you marry? Oh,
Yeah.
not right now. You know, and like that's what you're building to. It feels like we're building again, with all this stuff. Yeah, it is funny. I just go right to this. Again, I think you have one too many shots here. I almost want to see her here, just put her head up. Not right now. Maybe make her head a little bigger, almost like they do in anime sometimes, So, I don't know. It's just like not right now. And now, since you have her hand on his shoulder, I kind of wanted, if he's like here, to keep up with like the urgency of it all and the energy of it. I kind of wanted her to go right from here and literally just like spring over his head. She like jumps over him. So that she's just gone. This is too much. You could have a little poop.
Oh my God.
Wink.
So funny.
Again, I don't think you need both of these shots. I would just pick one or the other. If the story beat is everyone's watching her, you do this one. You could use this as well as an in-between under the Y, because this will be her this is about acting, and then this is about everyone's watching. And then goes this way into the men's. I was not expecting this. It's great.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so funny. I do think you need one more, right? You want rule of thirds for the funny.
Right.
Fart, fart. Oh, you know it would be funny. You go back to your establishing shot, and they got a couple windows here, right? But I would even say, do a street light here, and everything breaks. The windows, the glass neon sign, but even then, the street lamp just explodes.
After the glass and the sign explodes, right?
As if it's like a shockwave, right? It keeps going.
Yeah.
We see the establishing shot. Now that you did the triple beat, you don't want to come back wide. You want to be with him. So you come back.
Right.
And then you know what he could say here? Because everything got destroyed. He's like, your receipt, sir. We've also included a fee for the windows, the signage, the street lamp.
Oh my God.
And a monocle. This shot is just way too flat. I almost wonder if you want to see the door, and then he kind of comes in, and kind of opens it just a little bit. And then we kind of see in a more dynamic shot, here are the stalls. We want to be with him now. She's crying inside there. It's just a better composition. You're leading us with, you're using all the information on screen to lead us to where we want to look.
The perspective line to focus on her.
Yeah, perspective of where we're looking, but also his line of action. And then also we're using character to lead us into a shot. Then you could cut to this if you want. Then you're just tighter and he comes in. So here, just in general, I just thought this took way too long. Even though your thing is about a woman experiencing explosive diarrhea while getting proposed to, the heart of your story is that in spite of all of that, he doesn't care. So we don't need the backstory. The gesture of coming in and saying, look, don't worry about it is enough. He could come in. I'll leave if you want. No, wait. I need more toilet paper. That's funny because he almost thinks she's saying no wait because I need emotional support. He do this, blows her nose, and then goes to grab more, and it kind of catches, and she looks up. And it's that, huh? Zip, and that's so cute. And you drew this so well. But I think you just get to that. Oh, that's so good. But I wouldn't have her change expression because what I think is funnier is she bursts out of there to give him a hug. So the door's here, and I wonder if she just leaps out, the door flies open. But when she bursts open the door, I wonder if there's just like a huge puff of like brown smoke.
Yeah, yeah. As he hugs her, he's also kind of like not breathing.
You could do it here actually on the reveal. So she's like, "You're the greatest." She leaps in and hugs him, and then you cut around to the reverse, and you see his face. Like, and you just have him here. He's like holding his breath, and he just nods, but he's still like, he's like trying not to puke. Mm-hmm.
That's like true love right there.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that.